If you've ever had a client join your group program, they dive into module 1 of your pre-recorded curriculum, they are super keen, they're buzzing, they say how great it is, and then stuff starts to stall. So you notice that they are less enthusiastically moving on to module 2 and 3. And this creates a little bit of a mindfuck because you're like, oh, they were so keen when they signed up. Like the pre-recorded curriculum is the thing that's going to kind of lift the workload off from you live delivering. But in order for your clients to get results, they actually have to complete that curriculum in the first place. And it's not down to their motivation, right? Yes, that plays a part, and yes, your clients have to do the work, but ultimately you have the ability to influence how finishable your curriculum is in your group program. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 curriculum design hacks, 5 things to think about if you are creating or refining a recorded curriculum within your group program that you want your clients to go through. You want them to take the steps, implement them, because if they do, these are the things that is going to help them get the results. Okay, so number 1 is start with the big picture and come back to it constantly. When we create our curriculum, we know the content inside out. It feels so clear to us. And we think when clients go through it, they're going to remember that. They're going to remember where they are in this 8-step process, but they forget, they get overwhelmed, they get bogged down, life happens, children get sick, and they will forget where they are. And when people can't locate themselves on the bigger map, they get confused. And when they get confused, they get demotivated. And when they get demotivated, they stop showing up. So at the beginning of your course, it should say to them really clearly, let me show you the big picture. Right, here's where we're starting, and here's why we're starting here. That's really, really important. If you don't tell them why, if you don't get their buy-in, for questioners like me and your rebels, they're going to start it and go, why are we doing that first? I thought that was the most important thing. So we want to get their buy-in with the why. We want to give them the big picture context, but then you want to repeatedly come back to your big picture context. And I didn't do this nearly enough when I first created my first recorded curriculum, and I noticed it with client questions. They'd come onto live calls and they'd be a bit lost in where they were, and I had to go back and put that context in. And let me just add, like, where am I coming from this curriculum design knowledge from? I used to be a secondary school English teacher. I designed curriculums for a living, and I've spent the last 7 years running group programs. And within my program, where I help people design group programs, I've worked with over 150 entrepreneurs to create their own courses. So through going through this process and experiencing the pain points and where clients stall, you start to build up this pattern of seeing, oh, I see, like when I don't do this, this happens. Or I notice when clients are coming to my live calls and telling me the challenges with their programs, okay, this is what we need to put into the design. So step 1 was giving the big picture and repeatedly coming back to it. Step 2 is cut out 50% of your content, right? I make my clients do this when they design their curriculums. You want to put all of your knowledge in because part of you wants to prove the value of your group program. And we connect value with like, well, if I give them everything, then when they join up and see that there's 20 modules, they'll think, oh, this was so worth the money. Look how much I get. If you do that, you basically make it impossible for your clients to complete it. We're busy. Many of us are neurodiverse. We've got competing commitments and priorities. So your course, the pre-recorded curriculum, it needs to be lean as fuck. Okay, so start off with, okay, here's everything I could do, and then see if you can reduce it to the minimum number of steps your clients could go on to get the desired results. If you can cut out 50%, you are winning and you're giving them the best possible chance of actually getting to the end. Number 3, small, finishable chunks. There is nothing worse if you have ADHD and you log into a course and they're like 90-minute videos of someone talking at you. It is so hard to see your progress and feel motivated to do a 90-minute training. And you're then asking for your clients, and I know we're adults, but even so, you're asking for them to work so hard to complete your modules. So it's simple. Break it down into chunks. It's not rocket science. 5 to 15-minute chunks ideally, and then they can be like, oh cool, watch a video, watch a video, watch a video. This will dramatically change how your clients feel about logging in and doing part of your course, okay? Because then it's just the next 10-minute video, not, oh, when I start, there's a 90-minute video and then I come back again and I'm kind of halfway through and I can't really remember what the sections are. So even if you're delivering it live and then taking that video to turn into pre-recorded content, just have breaks of title slides that you then break down into videos so people can see the process and not feel really overwhelmed. Can you see the theme here of not making your clients feeling overwhelmed? That is the number 1 reason your clients won't finish your content. It's not because it's not good, it's that they are too overwhelmed, they've got too much to do, they're too busy, and it's another thing on their to-do list. Right, my 4th thing is people learn in different ways. Some people are very visual. Some people love kind of listening to the speaker and their energy. Some people really need to do stuff with their hands. And the reality is, we all learn best when we have a variety of ways in which something is taught. What can be really, really hard, and I'm speaking from personal experience here, I really struggle to listen. I particularly struggle to listen if there are no visuals at all and it's a 90-minute thing. So I'm dreadful at day-long conferences where they're just talking at you. I get so fucking bored. I cannot pay attention. I've tried so hard. It's just not who I am. It's the same with online trainings. If someone's just speaking at me and there's nothing for me to look at, I will end up doing something else with my hands and I will stop listening. So we have to balance, when you create your course, making it easy for you to create and you doing something that leads into your strengths and doing it in a way that isn't going to lose half of the people watching it. So if you want to mainly just talk to camera like I am doing now, make sure you're using metaphors, and every now and again just bring up a slide with a visual on, like a model, that allows your more visual learners to latch onto something tangible rather than just your words. So I'm not saying you have to use slides for everything. I'm not saying like you have to completely go like the whole shebang when it comes to like helping people learn in lots of different ways, but you can do small things to allow your more visual people to latch on. And the people that like doing stuff, how can you have them do live exercises in real time that really embeds the learning deeper? Which leads me on to the fifth one, and probably the most important one, which is help your clients implement in real time. When I used to deliver my group programs live, you often have your clients on Zoom for 90 minutes. And typically then what that looks like is you doing a long teach for an hour. And then you have this period where you're like, okay, now here's the homework, and you're going to go away and do that homework. And the homework is often quite chunky. And what I found was so many of my clients struggled to implement because I wasn't helping them take the steps. I was saying, here's how we do it. Here's what it looks like to do it right. Here's examples. Now go away and do it. And that's actually really hard because the implementation part is the hardest part of the whole process. So the one shift I made in my programs now is I literally have them do it with me on Zoom, even though it's pre-recorded. So we'll get to the end of a small exercise. Say it's about coming up with a title for your workshop. And I'm like, right, hit pause. Go do this exercise and come back when you've done this and we're going to do the next step. Now, of course, people can be dicks and choose not to do it, but most of the time they're like, oh, okay, I'll hit pause, and they do it. And so I've had clients say to me, Gemma, your program is like one of the first I've ever completed because of the way you structure it and you scaffold the learning. That's from my teacher days, right? How can we remove the blocks and the resistance to learning so people actually implement? So help them implement in real time. Don't give them massive homework pieces to go away and do and then expect them actually to do it. When you design your curriculum with real people in mind, not like these perfect students that we kind of hope or imagine that we might have, everything changes because your clients will stay engaged, they will implement, they will be able to come for your life support when they get stuck, but you'll have designed your curriculum in a way for the way our brains work and also for how busy our lives actually are. If you found that useful, let me know which of those 5 design hacks stood out for you. And if you want to go deeper on this with me, this is what my workshop next week is all about. It's called How to Create a Curriculum Client Actually Complete, Implement and Get Results From. We're going to be going into this whole process in way more detail, but I'm also going to show you how I take an idea that is big, structure it into a module, reduce it by 50% and create slides really quickly. This whole process used to take me a very, very long time, like weeks, and now I've got it down to about 4 to 6 hours for a module. And honestly, this used to be my biggest challenge, so I'm so proud of where I am with this at the moment, and I'm going to show you my exact process so you can steal it too. Would love to see you there. If you would like the details, just comment below clients and I will send you the link to join. See you later.